Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kate and I love all things makeup, beauty, skincare, and fun. Today we're going to be talking about some brands that I would like to potentially try in the year 2024. I've seen some cool launches from them in 2023 and they have piqued my interest. If you enjoy this type of content, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel down below, and without any further ado, let's go. So the first brand that I am like just dying to try is Gourmand Girls. I feel like they have come out with some of the most beautiful, cool palettes this year in collaboration with Doodles by the Bunny. Admittedly, I think all the ones that I want to try are inspired by Doodles by the Bunny, or created by Doodles by the Bunny. But that being said, I've seen really great reviews from them in terms of other creators on the app, and so I feel like they're pretty safe to try. Just like kind of a disclosure here, I am not someone who is willing to like pioneer a new indie brand. I love indie makeup. I simply love them. They create some of the most incredible makeup that is on the market, and to the point where I feel like a lot of mainstream brands do not compare. And I create content online for fun. I don't monetize any of it, and consequently, for me, going out on a limb and spending any amount of money on a brand that I haven't seen any of my favorite content creators talk about is not a good investment, because for me, makeup isn't an investment. It's just like a passion project. I can't, and I don't monetize any of my content. And so, and furthermore, I don't get like return on that. You know, I can't like file taxes and like claim that I like spent these things for work, because this is not work for me. This is just fun. So for me, to make a long story long, it doesn't make any sense for me to like pioneer the way here with trying like brand new indie brands. I have to have someone else like vouch for it first. So I just wanted to kind of get that out of the way. But that being said, I've seen so many people talk about Gourmand Girls and have such lovely things to say about them. So definitely they are on my radar for 2024. The next brand that I definitely want to dip my toes into in 2024 is Bella Beauty Bar. I have seen some stunning launches come from them, and I have seen some of my very favorite content creators talk about them and rave about them. Full disclosure, I really love colorful makeup. Certainly I do neutral looks as well, but if I had to choose like which one I'm going to do, and I didn't have any time restraints, it's always going to be something really colorful and bold. I just think that I look more fun and I just feel prettier in really bold, colorful makeup. So, and I feel like Bella Beauty Bar like creates palettes, and it looks like they have some cheek products too that I am definitely interested in dipping my grubby little fingers into. So definitely they are on my list. Let me know, have you tried them? What are your thoughts? How are the mattes is actually what I'm the most interested in with any of these. If you have tried them, like please let me know what the mattes are like. So for instance, Glamlite makes one of my favorite matte formulas, Odin's Eye and Unearthly. Also good formulas. I really enjoy them. That being said, I also can enjoy a more dry, I don't want to say chalky because that has a really negative connotation, but like a more dry matte formula or thin matte formula is not always my favorite. Give Me Glow Cosmetics, I have a couple of their palettes and I like them. They're not my favorite matte formula though. Melt Cosmetics, I have several of their palettes, very dry formula, not my absolute favorite. So please let me know if you've tried any of these brands. What are the mattes like? The shimmers, I feel like indie makeup has nailed it. I won't say the same for mainstream, but I feel like indie makeup brands have nailed a lot of different shimmer formulas, but what I'm really concerned about is the mattes. So please speak to them down below. The next brand that I am interested in trying in 2024 is Ensley Rain. I almost bit the bullet on a couple of their palettes this year. And what has kept me from doing that is not even because my favorite content creators have talked about them at nauseum. The trouble for me is that the palettes are like $70. Some of them are $80. And so I'm like, whoa. And I don't mean that to be mean towards the brand. Like, the palettes are beautiful. The cover art, beautiful. All of it, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I am just not in that tax bracket where I can just buy four palettes that are $60 to $80. It's hard for me to do that. It's hard for me to justify that, again, because I don't get a return on investment, you know? So it's like, I'm doing this for fun, and being broke is not fun. So if I'm going to have cosmetics, I want them to perform well, but I also want to be able to afford groceries, you know? But please let me know down below, have you tried them? Like the Cold Moon palette, stunning. The Alice in Wonderland themed palette, stunning. I'm so interested and curious to see what they come out with in 2024, and I cannot wait to try them. A couple of mainstream brands that I am interested in giving a go. I am interested in some Makeup by Mario this year. I don't think I've bought anything from him. A lot of what he does is very, basic kind of is like a mean term. It's very, it's very mainstream. Like, it's very neutral, very soft, very makeup, no makeup, very dewy, glowy skin. And like, for people with skin that isn't mine, I can see how that would bode well. But for instance, like that, he released a foundation early in 2023, and it went viral and everybody loved it. And I do appreciate now and then a glowy foundation, but it has to be able to like hold up for combination skin. So like things like that just kind of make me nervous. He has some new lipsticks coming out, so I think I might dip my toes into that. I've heard some good things about like his cream bronzer. I might be interested in that. I don't know. I want to try it because so many people seem to love it. I'm just nervous that I'm not going to love it. You know, I'm just nervous. But I do want to give them a go in 2024. Another mainstream brand that I want to give a go in 2024 is Merit Beauty. I do not want to try their eyeshadows. I've seen so many mixed reviews about those darn things, and the reality of the situation is, like, even if they were the best cream eyeshadow in the entire world, which I'm guessing they're not because they've gotten some significant bad press. I'm not the type of person that is going to wear those hardly ever. And if I am, it's going to be like a black, you know what I mean? And I'm going to like pile something else on top of it. And I'm using it for like a base, you know what I mean? For like a multi-chrome or like a multi-chrome glitter type thing. So for me, like, that doesn't make sense. But I have some friends in real life that love Merit Beauty, like their bronzer stick and their blush sticks. I've heard good things about both on and offline, so I'm definitely interested to try those out. Lastly, for mainstream brands, I am interested in trying out the beauty brand Saie. I have seen so many people talk about them and have good things to say, no pun intended. I'm a little nervous that they're gonna be like a little bit too like no makeup for my taste, because that is not my favorite makeup to do. But I am interested to try them out, give it a go, see how I like it. They have like a cream bronzer that I'm super interested in, and I believe they have like a skin tint, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just curious, I guess, to see what more the brand comes out with, what more they do. So yes, I am definitely interested in checking out Saie. Let me know down below if you've tried anything from them and what would you recommend. Another indie brand I would love to play with in 2024 is Fantasy Cosmetica. They have come out with, I feel like, some of the coolest and funkiest different palettes and products throughout this year. I feel like I've seen a lot of my favorite content creators talk about them ad nauseum. It looks like they did some repackaging on some of their palettes and they just look beautiful. I have seen some snafus though in terms of like their shadows crumbling. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, especially because I think most of their palettes are nine shades, and I think they retail for around $40. I think it's $38. So that makes me a little nervous, but that being said, like I feel like I do have a pretty organized system in terms of like how I store my eyeshadow palettes, and I feel like it's also like a pretty foolproof system in terms of like they're not like thrown all about and they're stored pretty delicately. So I'm hopeful that that will kind of help me navigate that, but I definitely want to give them a go in 2024. Last but certainly not least, I want to try Shroud Cosmetics. They are not by any means a new indie brand. Like they are one of the first indie brands that I recall like that piqued my interest. Them and Menagerie, who I've never tried either. But Shroud, like they have done some collaborations with Betty Jean here on YouTube, and I love her. I love her content, and I have wanted those darn collabs for years at this point. They also came out with, I think it was a peaches and cream collection that looked really beautiful, and those came with some like blushy highlighters that I'm super, super interested in. So I think they might be like one of the first ones that I try out in 2024 because I'm just like dying for some of those palettes. Let me know down below if you've tried them. I've heard that their peaches and cream formula is like superior to some of their old formulas, but that being said, I think it was Angelica Nyqvist talked about that palette and said that she didn't like it as much as some of their others. So I'm a little curious, I guess, as to what that matte formula specifically is like, because I'm wondering if it is one of those more thin, drier mattes. I'm not sure. Let me know down below if you've tried them. Those are the majority of the brands that I want to try out in 2024. I am intrigued by P. Louise because she has these like cream blusher things. They're like giant. They're huge, and they go on the face. And she has them in blushers and highlighters and bronzers, and those look really cool. And admittedly, I've never tried even her eyeshadows. And so I'm interested to do that. However, there has been some like controversy historically with the brand, and there was some like drama about, my gosh, it was like King Henry, I don't remember. Some fellow on TikTok got her advent calendar that was like $300, and there was like some drama about how they responded to that. So I'm just kind of nervous, I guess, to spend my money there. So I think that like in terms of priority on who I'm going to be trying, they're going to be at the very bottom of that priority list. But I do see like their cream cheek products, and I'm always very interested. I'm also slightly interested in Makeup by Mitchell. He also has some cream products that look really, really beautiful, and of course I love blush, I love bronzer, I love complexion products in general. So I'm definitely interested in those, but I don't know. I've heard some stories about how their customer service is not the best, so I think if I were to do that, I would have to go through Beauty Bay. Yeah, but I'm not sure. It's like, again, like they're not super high on the priority list, but I thought I would give them an honorable mention. That was all I had for real this time to talk about. Let me know if you've tried any of these brands. Let me know what you think about them. And please let me know how their mattes perform. What is the texture? What's the consistency? What's the tea? Also, please let me know down below if there are any other indie brands that you think, or mainstream, that I have not tried yet. Again, just kind of bear in mind the no makeup is not my favorite vibe. It is more so my vibe in the summer, but in terms of like how I love to do makeup, that is not necessarily the vibe. Doesn't mean I don't want you to share brands that you absolutely love that you think I too would love. I appreciate all and any feedback in terms of that. So thank you so much for being here and spending time with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would love it so much if you would subscribe to my channel down below. As always, please stay happy, stay healthy, and stay blessed, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!